guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Laura, and 6 years ago I spent a year as an exchange student in Texas in the USA. I use this channel to share all of my wisdom and experiences surrounding being an exchange student and studying abroad, and today I have another super exciting video for you. Whether you're an exchange student or a member of a host family or a future host family, this video can definitely be super helpful for you. Today I am going to be discussing the things that you should or shouldn't do when becoming a host family. Now, the relationship between an exchange student and their host family is probably one of the most important parts of making an exchange year a success, of making everybody feel like this was something worthwhile, of making sure everybody has a really nice experience. As with any other human relationship, exchange student and host family relationships aren't always as easy. So today I am going to be sharing my tips coming from a former exchange student's perspective on how to make this relationship as harmonic and as beautiful and as conflict-free as possible. So the first and maybe potentially the most important tip that I have for host families is to make sure that when you do decide to host an exchange student, that every single member of your household that is going to be affected by another person living in the house is totally and 100% on board with your decision. I am speaking from a personal experience because I feel like not every single member of my host family was totally on board with them hosting me, and this made for some really uncomfortable situations. So just do yourself as well as the exchange student a favor and really have open communication with your family or whoever else is living in that house, and really make sure everybody is super excited and on board, just so that you don't have any sort of conflicts or hard feelings when you're starting out. My second tip is an exchange student is just that. It is an exchange student. It's neither a pet, it's not entertainment, it's not a housemate or anything like that. An exchange student is a teenager that is going to be living in your house, that you're going to be responsible for, that you are probably going to have a great time with, and you are going to watch them make amazing memories, and you could really have such an impact on their lives, and you could have an amazing experience, and you can learn a lot from them. However, I feel like some people almost don't see it as what it is. It is a teenager living in your house that is going to be in a difficult situation, and you're going to be responsible for them. So it isn't all just fun and games, you know. You are going to have to help them through some tough times. You are going to have to be a support system for them. So it's not all fun and games, it's not entertainment, it's not going to be super exciting all of the time. There is going to be, you know, just the day-to-day life. They are just a person. They aren't the most exciting thing on the planet. Also, on the other hand of the spectrum, they aren't supposed to be a housemaid. If you need a housemaid, get a housemaid. Do not get an exchange student so they can watch over your kids while you go to work. There are every single year, you know, a few incidences where exchange students are actually used as basically nannies or housemaids or anything like that. So, you know, that is against the rules. Do not do that. These are teenagers. They cannot be responsible for all of your children all of the time. So, you know, treat them as what they are, take them for what they are, and you are going to be fine. Connected to that is my tip number 3, be aware of your responsibility. So as I said, you are taking in a teenager, and not only that, you are taking in a teenager that is thrown into a very difficult situation, a situation where they are in a new country with a new language, a new culture. They don't have any sort of friends, any sort of, you know, social or emotional support system, and they are going to be going through a lot of things like homesickness, language or cultural barriers, a lot of feelings and hardships. So you are responsible for them, you are responsible for their physical as well as emotional wellness, and it is a huge responsibility because you are being a parent to a human being. So, but it's also definitely something that is going to be extremely rewarding, which I feel like a lot of host families will tell you. So it is going to be amazing, but just be aware of the fact that it is also going to involve some responsibility and some work. My tip number 4 is to not crowd your exchange student. Obviously, it is super important to, you know, especially in the beginning, take your exchange student to experience new things, maybe meet a lot of new people to kind of push them out of the house if they are a little bit shy in the beginning. However, they are in an extreme situation. They are going to need a lot of privacy and a lot of time to reflect, especially in the beginning, because when they are having their first day at school, for example, or when they're meeting a bunch of new people, when they're experiencing new things, and also just, you know, dealing with a new language every single day, their brain is just going to need a lot of space to reflect, to kind of work with this entirely new information that is thrown at them every single day. So they are just going to need a lot of sleep, a lot of, you know, rest, a lot of time to work through things in their brains. So don't overcrowd them, give them some privacy, but if you feel like they're just sitting at home, maybe also push them a little bit. It's all about a balance. Connected to that is my tip number 5, and it is to give them a physical space as well. I know there are a lot of host families who really want to host an exchange student, but they don't technically have rooms, so the exchange student rooms with at least 1 or maybe 2 of their host siblings. This can work, however, I feel like, having been an exchange student myself, it can be quite difficult because there are going to be moments when you are going to just need to be completely by yourself. There are going to be a lot of nights when you cry, whether it's because of sadness or something that happened, or whether it's just because you're overwhelmed by everything that you're experiencing every single day. Sometimes it just gets too much, and if you're sharing a room with a host sibling, it is super hard for the exchange student to let their feelings out. It is uncomfortable for them to always have to explain everything they're feeling, because a lot of the time they won't understand themselves. So if you can give them some sort of a room for themselves, that would be super helpful. I had a room for myself. It wasn't the biggest room. It doesn't have to be like a luxurious room. They don't need to have their own bathroom at all or anything, but it is super helpful for exchange students to have a small space for themselves that they can shut the door to, that they have some privacy. So it is not 100% necessary, but it does help them out a lot if they have their own room. My tip number 6 that host families should definitely do is to ask their exchange student about their own culture, and to just ask a lot of questions in general, whether that's their culture, their family, their country, anything. It is just so helpful for the exchange student to know that they're not the only ones learning, but that the host family is also wanting to learn from them, and that they're also interested in their culture, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity maybe to have someone from that country living in your home, and you can learn so much, and it just makes for some really interesting and really nice conversations. So do it. My tip number 7 is to make sure that you as a host family get all of your exchange students' needs met, especially in the beginning. You know, help them out with phone contracts, or maybe find them like a general physician if they need one, or just, you know, school paperwork. Just help them out, because especially in the beginning when their language skills are not as developed yet, it is going to be quite tough for them, and a lot of teenagers never have to deal with any sort of contracts or paperwork anyway. So just, you know, be by their side, maybe look over their shoulders while they're filling out paperwork, just help them. And also, you know, other like smaller needs are super important as well. So if you're going grocery shopping once a week, maybe invite your exchange student along so they can get all of the stuff that they need, whether that's like bathroom products or even food bits or anything like that. Just, you know, offer them to come along to Walmart, or maybe, you know, any other like bigger shop, so that they can just get their needs met and ask questions if you feel like they ever need anything. So yeah, definitely be there for them and make sure that they can get everything that they need. My tip number 8 is to also get their emotional needs met. So be super considerate. You know, an exchange student is in an emotional situation that is unlike most other situations, so consider the small things as well, because from my personal experience, for example, my host mother, she worked quite long days, and my host dad as well, so nobody was really able to pick me up from school ever, and I was pretty much always the last person from the entire school to get picked up or to go home. So what would happen was I would sit, you know, outside the school with my school bag on the ground, and I would see everybody getting picked up by their families, everybody getting into their cars, everybody leaving, and I would be pretty much the last one left behind, and that created a really horrible feeling inside of me. Even though I knew, you know, my host family was doing their very best, even though I knew it wasn't about me, it just was because they had to work, which I totally understand, but you cannot help but feel like you're kind of like less important than everybody, that you're not being considered as much. So if it's super tough, and we found an arrangement later on where another student would take me home as well, but you know, it's the little things that can really, you know, damage your relationship with your exchange student, or that can make them feel really bad. So really consider the small things, and maybe ask them about it as well, so that you can have open communication so that nobody gets hurt. Tip number 9 that I have of things that you should do as a host family is to always introduce your host student to every single person they're meeting. So if you're meeting some of your friends in the grocery store, for example, do not let your exchange student sit next to you and let the other person just wonder why you're with this random teenager that they've never seen before. Just make sure to always introduce your exchange student by their name and that they're an exchange student and which country they're coming from and how long they're staying with you for, just so that nobody is giving them like weird looks and that they're just like there awkwardly and don't know what to say. It just helps them so much when you just introduce them and kind of give them a basis to talk to people and to get to know people. And my last tip, tip number 10, is to not get offended easily. I know this is something that is oftentimes happening unconsciously, but just be super aware that your exchange student is coming from a different culture, from a different country. Also that, you know, their language that they're speaking with you is probably not their first language, so they might not always be able to express their feelings correctly, or you might take it the wrong way, even though they meant to say something completely different or to express something completely different. And also culturally, there are just so many, you know, things that you might be offended by that they never think twice about, because in their culture it's not offensive at all. So just, you know, have open communication, talk about these things. If you're ever offended by anything, or if you ever feel like they shouldn't be doing that, tell them in private, you know, be super nice about it, be super open and honest, and you're going to be fine. So those were my 10 most important tips on what you should or shouldn't be doing as a host family hosting an exchange student. If you have any sort of questions or videos or topics that you would like me to do and talk about, leave those down in the comments below. If you liked my content, then I would also very much appreciate if you hit the notification bell as well as the subscribe button so you never miss out on when I post next. And that is all I have for you today. I am hoping to see you in next week's video, and until then, I wish you all the best and see you soon. Bye!